Well, April has come and gone, and these are my best 10 sales of the month. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. My name is Brad. I am a full-time reseller that was a school teacher for 13 years. I've been reselling on eBay since 2001 and strictly clothing since 2016. With that being said, April was my worst performing month of 2024. There's a few reasons for that. Number one being I was gone for 8 days on vacation, so I had my eBay store on vacation mode, and I was slacking. I didn't list anything those 8 days while I was gone on a cruise. But with that being said, I still grossed over $11,000 just on eBay, a couple grand on Poshmark, and then some more on Depop and Mercari. I also want to be honest about selling on eBay. I have cheated on eBay, and I sell on all those other platforms using Autoposture as my cross-lister. Not only does it cross-list for me, super easy to watch my lives, and it is my virtual assistant. So it sends out all my offers and everything else. And if you're interested, I have $5 off on surfsupfinds.com. But let's get right into this. You want to see my top 10 selling items in April that I thrifted. I'm going to give you a little more though, like always. I'm going to give you my 2 worst sales of April and my best retail arbitrage sales. Let's address the elephant in the room. No, I'm not Macklemore, but I feel like it. Poppin' tags. I thrifted it this week. This is just an awesome jacket. I think it dates from the 40s or 50s. I just love antiques and nostalgia stuff. So I don't know if I'm going to sell this or just put it in the background and keep it as a piece of art. Do me a favor right now. If you like the jacket, hit that thumbs up button for me. It really does help the channel. Let's get into it. As you can see, my 10th best sale from the month of April was actually this Tiger Woods polo. Now, golf polos typically don't sell really well for me, but ones that are Tiger Woods branded, which by the way, Tiger Woods is not with Nike anymore, so you're going to start seeing Tiger Woods brand out there. I forget what it's called. You can put it in the comments. I bet those will go for a pretty penny when they come out in the market. Tiger Woods stuff sells well for me. If you watch my lives, you know I ship that stuff out all the time. Here you go, picture of the label on the back. This helps it out, that big TW for Tiger Woods and that stripe going down the spine. Really good sale, $35. My 9th best sale are these pair of Hocus shoes. Listen, I absolutely love selling shoes. The ROI is really good and they're usually a quick seller for me. I just can't find a lot of them. Where I live, our thrift stores put them on shopgoodwill.com, and it's really tough to get good shoes. I did pay up for these. Should be written on the bottom. $19 is what I paid for these. Ended up selling them for right around $65, I believe. But Hokas are great. Definitely look at the newer models, maybe 2 to 3 years old and newer are what I'm aiming at when I buy Hokas. My 8th best sale of the month is one of my favorite dress brands as far as like high-end dress clothing, Brioni. Most of you know Brioni, but as you know, being a former teacher, there's always a new eye, so I don't mind repeating myself. This label right here, Brioni. Keep your eye out for it. Ties, suits, jackets, blazers, obviously sweaters, shirts, all of the above. This is a men's clothing brand, sells really well. You're probably wondering why it only took about $75 for this. It's because it had a little stain on it and it was cotton. There was nothing special with the fabric. We'll go down and the back was just navy blue. So there really wasn't anything really special about this. And to be honest, this looks like a shirt from 2.5 Men, an old bowling shirt. So $75 is what I got for it. I only paid $5. My average cost of goods, as you know, is $5.25. 7th best sale of the month is something I did not want to part with. I actually almost took this out of my store, but it sold. It was a vintage Purdue University, obviously jersey. It even had this was a burn mark. It's not necessarily a stain, but it was like a drier burn mark on the back. This was, I think, David Robinson, who played for the Boilermakers. And if you guys don't know, Purdue went to the final game this year. The NCAA championship, got beat by UConn. I'm a fellow Boilermaker. I went to Purdue myself. That's where I got my teaching degree. That's why I wanted to keep this. But you know what? I sell stuff for a living, and I wasn't attached to this. So sold it for $69.99. This actually only cost me $3.99 at the thrift store. I tell people my biggest pointer with sports stuff is, of course you can list it year round, but it always sells best, obviously, during that season. So this sold during March Madness when Purdue was on a run. I usually wait to sell all my fall NFL and NCAA college football stuff in August and September because everyone thinks their team's going to be really good and they're going to go all the way and everyone's going to be buying it. And then by October, November, most of the teams suck and that stuff doesn't sell. I've just done it for so many years. That's the way it goes. Number 6, just kidding. This is not my 6th best sale of the month. This is my worst sale of the month. I'll tell you why. I thought it was a vintage shirt. Listen, I know my vintage. I know single stitch. I thought this was cool. It's from 2004, which is considered vintage. It's 20 years old in the clothing industry. That's vintage. Cool graphic on the front, but it happened to be a youth, which just absolutely killed the value. I saw that it was youth. I saw the comps. I had to list it for super cheap. Bought it for $1.99, which is how much my t-shirts cost. I sold it for $12. Still a really good ROI, but $12 does not meet my metric. All right, back to my 6th best sale is a pair of South Pole jeans. Now, be careful with South Pole. I might have talked about these in previous videos. I always talk about them during my lives. Be careful because they still sell South Pole at places like Burlington. You want to look for this specific tag. This tag right here is going to be about 20 years old. This is about the Y2K era, which I put in the description or actually in the title of the listing. These sold for $70 right away. South Pole jeans that are wide leg, really baggy like this, sell for me within a week. And see this little number right here, 3180? That's a really good way to be able to look up comps and to be able to list these. I think that's the model number of the jeans. I'm also cross-listing all of my streetwear like this over to Depop, and I've already had quite a few sales of this type of category. So I'll get to those next month. Coming in at the halfway point, number 5 are this pair of Rock Revival shorts. These things are sweet, so do not sleep on Rock Revival shorts. Obviously, we all know the jeans. It's really rare for me to find the shorts. I bet I've only found denim shorts maybe 3 times. I've found the swimsuits a few times, but really hard to find the shorts themselves. Super easy for these to look up or to comp out because on Rock Revival, as you know, they have the name right here, Jack Short. Go into eBay, type in Jack Short, Rock Revival, sold comps, and you'll see how much they go for. These sold for $70, but I did pay up for these. Our thrift stores are usually the same price, but for some reason, when there's thick stitch, even silver jeans, which I don't pick up anymore, they've been pricing them up at $14.99. So whatever, most of the jeans I skip on, but these $14.99 into $70, yes please. Let's throw in another not good sale. Actually, the sale wasn't bad. This is my 2nd worst sale of the month. I tripled my money, but I'm not going to pick these up anymore. So this is something I'm not going to pick up anymore, and I've been passing over them. I've had this in my inventory for 1.5 years. I haven't picked these up since about that time. Bonao shirts, Oxford shirts like this just do not sell quickly for me or for a ton of money. Again, they're $5 for me, but to have them sit for like 1.5 years to make less than what I would on just a Polo Ralph Lauren Oxford shirt with buttons, forget about it. I am not picking this brand up anymore. So just letting you know, I will pick up this brand in other items such as golf shirts or golf shorts, golf pants. Bonobos makes some good stuff, and they actually make some really good blazers. If you find the linen blend ones, they sell for over $100. Coming in at your number 4 spot is this military flying jacket. There was an issue with this one too, I believe. Again, it's not an issue when you sell something for around $80 or $90. The thing about this is, it looked old. It looked military. Definitely, I thought it was military. I picked up plenty of like Vietnam era items, but I saw some like this, just like this with this exact same tag, priced for like $50. I thought this was going to be a more of an expensive item. I'm not sure if it was true military. I didn't know if it was a repop, but the comps look good when I picked it up. Paid $10 for it, sold it for just under $89, so I'm happy with that sale. If only this were a military Air Force jacket, I would be in luck. This thing would probably be like a $1,000 piece. Military stuff sells great, but let's get back to it. Back to it with the bronze of the month, this Gman Brothers shirt. I'm all about educating. That's what I did for a living. That's what my degree's in. So I want to tell you guys some of the brands that people might not know. Gman Brothers is one of those brands that a lot of people don't know. Hopefully you do. If not, now you do. This shirt sold for $42, but there are actually 2 of them I had. I listed them. They sold in a day. I've never found short sleeve Gman Brothers shirts. This is a seersucker shirt. It says vintage, but usually when something says vintage, it's not. So it probably just says vintage to make it look like it's vintage. But you guys know the blue and white normal seersucker shirts. The other one was green. And again, they sold both for right around $100 for the pair. $5 each, so 10 into right around 100, and they sold within a day. So Gman Brothers is a really good brand to be on the lookout for. They make button-up shirts for the most part. They might make blazers, they might make sweaters. Let me know down in the comments and other people, but I usually only find them in button-up shirts. The better the pattern, the better the money. The silver medal of April goes to none other than this brand right here that I'm not going to pronounce, but you guys should know this brand. It is probably the or one of the best men's high-end brand. It's better than Bion, in my opinion. Might be just as good as Kiton, Kiton, but yeah, this brand is really good. What I want you to do is pronounce it for me, and then I'll watch your videos later because I'm not going to butcher the name. But go on their website, look how much of stuff goes for retail. Also, go to eBay, look it up, look up used, search highest price to lowest price, and your jaw is going to drop. These are just some Chino Pants. Look at that, Chino Pants. They sold for just under $130. I think I took $120 or $115. I didn't take much less. Before I get to the best retail arbitrage items, I'm going to show you my best sale of the month, and it is the funniest sale in my opinion. It is this Boy Scout shirt. Now listen, I posted a little short video or reel or whatever you call it online about don't miss out or don't skip out on these Boy Scout shirts. They can sell for a lot of money, especially the ones that are polyester with the vents in the back. They go for good money. And you should have heard all the naysayers saying they don't sell for that. I see them all the time. They sell for $30. I literally sold this in 2 days for $100. The one I comped out was, I think, $125. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to sell mine quick. It's the summer. It's the spring. In a day or 2 days for $100. I know, for a Boy Scout of America shirt. Again, what you're looking for with these are polyester. The size probably helped too. And the vents in the back. So I was told these are not for sale anymore. They discontinued making these. That's why they're desirable. And I would understand why. If you're a Boy Scout, it's hot outside, yada, yada, yada. Regular Boy Scout shirts like this that are cotton also sell really well for like $30, $40 usually for me. So those are a pickup, but definitely keep your eye out for these polyester with the vents in the back. I'm always trying to grow my business. So a lot of last month was retail arbitrage and thrifted items. A lot of them were also online arbitrage, like this one. This was an online arbitrage. Some of you that are new might say, what are you talking about arbitrage? It's when you go to thrift store, or not thrift stores, regular retail stores or online stores, buy their stuff really, really cheap, the brands that you know are good, that you could comp out there or know in the back of your head that you could get good money for, and resell them online for a profit. So I bought a whole bunch of these online, bought them for $43. I've been selling them for $99. And the great thing about online retail arbitrage is you list one of an extra large. Let's say you have 20 of them. You just make one listing and put 20 in the quantity. So you're listing one item. It takes you 3 minutes, but you're actually listing 20. It's awesome. So that was online arbitrage. Let's talk about retail arbitrage. This G4, really good brand to be on the lookout for. Anything with skulls sells. I don't know why skulls sell so well. Skull and crossbones, those are cross T's. Kind of clever with the golfing. But G4, one of my top 3 or 4 golf brands of 2024. Robach being one, Grayson, G4. But this is a really good brand. Bought it on vacation while I was in Chicago. And bought them for, I think, $20 and sold them for $80. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I really am enjoying retail and online arbitrage right now. I'm finding great deals. I'm being able to list them online and sell them and make a profit. Yes, it kind of takes money to make money in that game, but it's doing pretty well for me, better than it has in the past couple years. So thrifting, now doing retail and online arbitrage more, plus I'm cross-listing with Autoposher, so Depop, Mercari, and Poshmark. I think things are going up from here coming this year. Last item I want to show you, I had to hold out my favorite, Polo Ralph Lauren. Check this out. This came from Ross. Anything Polo Ralph Lauren that just screams crazy, and nothing screams crazier than this. This is a patchwork, so each one of these are separately sewn in like a patch with the pearl snaps, Western vibes, I don't know, artsy vibes, every type of vibe you can have. You could wear this to anything probably and fit in. But just took under $99 for it. Bought this, like I said, at Ross, I think for right around $25. I bought 3 of them, and they're all sold out now. Happy to have picked that up. Again, Ralph Lauren's my favorite selling brand. Make sure you subscribe so you can tune in to May. It's going to be a huge month for me, being across all those platforms. And thanks for watching me while I'm embarrassing myself wearing this jacket. I'll see you in the next one.